Hello and welcome to another how-to video. My name is Ditech, CTO of DVS, and thank you for everybody that likes, shares and subscribes. Before you move on, do hit that like and subscribe button to be notified of all our future content. I'll just wait. There we go, done. So, what are we looking at or discussing today? This, NX Witness. If you haven't seen the new NX Witness video management software VMS by Network Optics, you are definitely missing out. The most lightweight, the most versatile VMS in the marketplace today, full stop. It is so intuitive, and you will see when we go through it. It's lightweight, it's cost effective, it's very, very intuitive for the installer and for the end user, which gives a very versatile VMS. It's easy to deploy, it's very lightweight from a recording perspective, from a server perspective. It integrates with virtually every brand and manufacturer out there, so it's not tied to any specific brand. It's brand agnostic. You can put any brand effectively into it. We're going to put some Hikvision equipment into the VMS to give you a touch and flavour for what it can do. It can do fisheyes, it can do PTZ, it can do recording on the platform. The licenses, really easy to get and then deploy. It's even got a cloud functionality, NX cloud functionality, which we'll touch on when we go into the desktop itself. It is available through DVS. We've been selling it for many, many years, but we have now decided to really get behind it and accelerate its growth to you guys. So if you haven't seen NX Witness, there is a free trial download you can get directly from their site. Just Google NX Witness and get I think a 16 camera 30-day trial. We do have demo licenses, so you can contact DVS and we can give you some extra demo licenses, which allow you to give a touch and feel for it. Other than that, we're going to transfer you over to the PC, give you a sort of a very brief overview. As most VMSs, they can get really complicated. They've got so many integrations, but we'll go through that when we transfer you over. The main idea of today is just show you that, one, we sell and support NX Witness, and we are going to show you a very brief overview on what it can do to you and how easy it is, how intuitive it is, if I can say it, from an engineering perspective, which is really important. So you don't need tons and tons of training, but there is lots of material online to help and guide you through it, as well as our technical team, but also from an end user perspective and how you can pull all these different brands into one manageable VMS and deploy it to all of your clients and customers at a touch of a button. Right, let's get into it. I'm going to transfer you over. We're going to do a screen recording and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. We hope you like it as much as we do here. Okay, so we're back on my PC. I'm now connected to my NX Witness VMS PC for a remote desktop connection. That's why it looks a bit weird if you're watching it and wondering what's going on. I'm recording on one PC and I'm just accessing it through a screen share effectively. But nevertheless, it's exactly the same process. First thing, if you haven't seen NX Witness, please go to their website, networkoptics.com. You can log in or set yourself up. So let me get my mouse over here. So clicking on login, you can go My NX, you can log in or register. Lots of stuff is contained within the login. So all the resource, the support material, you can raise support cases. It's got the developer portal, the NX Witness cloud you can manage through this login. If you want to use like a cloud connected system, you can do that. And the support part, the NX support portal, if I can say it correctly, you can ask anything. There's lots of supporting material. Like I said, it's very, very intuitive of how you program and deploy NX Witness. Many people do this with no help whatsoever. And again, I think, from my experience, most of you guys out there should be able to have a good go at this without really asking any questions. But again, you can ask DVS or you can simply ask online and get a direct answer from NX Witness themselves. There is a free trial. You can click on that and have a free trial of the system. And you can view 5.1. There's a lot of upgrades in there, so you can go and check what all the new updates and features are. Solution, so powered by NX, works with NX or NX Witness VMS. So by an instantly usable, dependable enterprise VMS. It is enterprise level. It is easy to use, lightweight enterprise VMS. That's their tagline. Totally agree with how intuitive and easy to deploy this is. If you haven't used it, just get the free trial and see for yourself. We are going to add a Hikvision recorder to the system. So the way the licensing works is if you've got let's say a Hikvision recorder, DVR, NVR, Hikvision recorder, NVR, DVR, you can simply Sorry, I didn't put my phone on silent there. Let me just sort that out quickly. Apologies, I've now turned my phone on silent. Big mistake. Anyway, so obviously for developers, you've got your own section under there, so you can go in and private label, VSaaS integrations, developer portal. You've got the solutions tab, so we're looking at the NX Witness VMS, resources, so partners, integrations, the cloud, the help center. You can download the VMS updates directly, so once you log in under my NX, which I'll do in a minute, you can actually see download the VMSs, etc., the server elements of it. It is server client architecture like most VMSs are now. So the server would be on the server, which we are now. Technically, this is the server. And what I have done is I put a 4 terabyte hard drive in there. So if I go to this PC, you can see I've got a 4 terabyte hard drive within the PC, which is the storage drive. What I was saying is we're going to add a Hikvision NVR DVR. That's got its own storage on board. I can view it for free. If I'm just using NX as a viewer, I can add the device and view it for free with no license. I can't get playback from that device, even though there's storage on the device, a Hikvision specific device. There are devices that do support playback through the encoder device, and it'll be on the compatibility list. For the Hikvision device, you have to buy a recorder license, and you record that onto the server, which this is, which will enable the playback. I've done it for this demo to enable to show you the playback function. But as a standard function for free, you can add it as a viewer. It'd just be a viewer effectively, or you could add, if you're not worried about doing a playback, kind of defeats the object of having a VMS. But the option is there. If you want to do playback, etc., and the smart functionality, you do need the encoder license, the playback license. There's only 4 sort of licenses available: video wall and IO. Again, contact us for pricing. It's very cost effective. So, and again, if you go to resources, you've got the integration. So some of the integrations that do work, they're listed down here. Oh, sorry. View latest integrations. They're the latest ones. Lots of big names in there. You can see it keeps going. These are the integrations. Suprema, a big one. So if you're using Suprema Access Control, NX Witness straight in, fantastic. Veracity have got one with their cold store. So it brings all of our other vendors as a ecosystem into the NX Witness system itself. And you'll notice there's some big names in there. If you do use them, please continue to do it. VCA Technology, another great one. Hikvision, as you can see, Milesight, all of the big names are in there. I'm not going to go through them all. You can go through that yourself. So if I go to login and go to NX Witness, you've got the cloud option there, the developer portal and the support portal. But if I go to my NX, I can sign in. I can't remember which password which. I had a feeling it would be this one. No. Okay, I had to do a password reset. I forgot my own password. I think I typed it in wrong, but effectively, if you go to log out, you can click on forgot your password and it'll send you a link and you can reset it, which I did. I'm now in. So if I log in, so you can build a VSaaS product, you can do the integrations, start with VMX or download the NX Witness VMS, take the certification course, which is free, it's online, request a demo, or buy NX Witness VMS. Log into your cloud, get answers to your questions, get started. It's all there. It's really, really easy. And again, you've got all this stuff here. So planning tools. So when you log in, you can do a system calculator or see the supported devices. So really helpful. So just log in or register. You can go to see supported devices, navigate to your brand of choice and see what is. So 993 manufacturers, an incredible amount of supported devices, and each one will have different supported. So if I just look for Hikvision, you can see there, you can scroll through and it tells you all of the different functions it supports, audio, PTZ, and if there's a white dot in there, it supports it. If it's not, it doesn't support it. Pages, there's 170 pages of product in there. You've got integration, so you can go and have a look at the integration specifically, find it. If there's not one listed, then either raise a case or speak to DVS and we'll see if it is supported or if it's something they do want to support. And you can narrow it by license plate, video analytics, automation, health monitoring, etc. So you can go and find an appropriate one for your application. Health report viewer, I don't have one in there currently because we need to log in for that. System calculator, really powerful tool. So again, if you want to, so if we just call it DVS, it'll build a project. So total cameras, let's say 64 cameras today, created by Dave, email address, Dave Davis, product description, DVS, HQ, demo, let's just put system, if I can type. Add cameras, so I can add them, so I could say, you know, they're 4 megapixel, 15 frames a second, H.265, always record, both streams, data record 31, quantity, and we're going to do 64, or not. So that's added, then add servers, so server 1, form factor any, you can choose your different options, so i7, 16 gig of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive, let's say 20 terabyte hard drives, put 4 in there, RAID, no, NX 2, host client or failover, cameras, so I can add all, click OK, you can see, so server storage, you can keep adding, modify cameras, create report, create and share report. It's really, so you can click automatic server suggestions, click yes, what form factor any, cameras, and put 64, so you can do auto or manual. Let's put 10 terabyte ones in there, no, calculate servers, you can just do it that way, so 2 servers, i5s, 10 terabytes in each, 20 terabytes, create report, send report. Okay, so that's literally the system. So you can do auto or do it manually. Really helpful because it gives you the spec, especially if you use the auto, and it gives you the spec of the PC itself. I'm just going to get this report, so I'll stop the recording to get that email, and then I'll show you what that report looks like. But it's super handy to be able to go in there, add the cameras, generate the report, send it to yourself, and you've got a reference into the project, what servers, and you can speak to us to get that architecture costed up. So let me just get that report. So this is the report. I've just got it from my email. So 64 cameras, 2 servers, and it tells you basically all of the detail that you put in there. So 32 cameras per server, i5, 8 gig of RAM, 2 10 terabyte hard drives, each 2 NICs. So basically, and there's a camera list, and any of the detail you put in there. Very basic report, but it gives you something that 1, you can present to your client, and 2, you can present to your distributor, i.e. DVS, to allow you to then get the hardware costed for your project. Really simple, it's free to use, very, very intuitive, and it allows you to build up your project as required. So I'm going to close this down. If we just go back to the server itself now, which we are, click start over, and you can do another project. It's really that simple. And if we go back to the main page, we'll close the system calculator down. You've got supported devices, integrations, and then downloads. So once you log in, you can do your beta versions and previous versions. If you need to download a specific version, you can go to previous versions and download it. You need to log in to get that detail. But if we go to here, you've got Windows supported. So you've got the NX Witness client. That's the latest version there. You've got the Ubuntu Linux version, Mac OS, the SDK, and the mobile app, which I've downloaded, available for Android and iOS. So that's the client installer there. If you want to download the server one, you've got the installer or the server package itself. Obviously, you do need, the PC we're on is the server and has the client on there. You can do that. Obviously, you need to be mindful if you're using it as a server and then obviously using it to pull in a load of video. It does have a performance impact, but they can coexist in the same environment. It is lightweight, so very cost-effective server architecture indeed. So download the client and you can use that and deploy it on any machine that connects to the server. And again, multiple platform, which is fantastic because a lot of other VMSs don't support the amount of platforms that they do on NX Witness. So server and client done there. Beta versions there, which I'm not going to use. Previous versions, and you can click on what's new and it takes you straight to that. We go back up here. So that is basically, and then you've got developer section, and then home. So straight away, download, develop, or promote. Super, super simple. Create account. So what we're going to do now is close this down. We have already, or I have already, installed the server. It's a really simple process. Download the server and then run it. And it runs as a application in the system icon tray. Down here, you've got it here. Right click, you can quit the application, show server log, stop the server, or server web page. So once you've downloaded the server, I've also downloaded the NX Witness client. Well, we're going to take a quick look at the server itself and add a simple device, give you a brief overview. Like I said, there's so much you can do with this VMS. Very, very brief overview. Okay, so we're going to look at the server application. So we'll start a new segment on the video for this. Okay, so to look at the server side, like I said, it runs as a application in the server tray. So you can right click on there, show server log, stop server, server web page. So once you go onto the server, we're going to open it up. It would generally ask me to log in. You can change the language there. You can see another massive benefit. You can change the language to your specified preference. If I log out, what would generally happen is it would ask me to log in. But because I've logged in the last sort of 10 minutes for preparation, it's not asked me to log in again. When you install the server application, the first thing it will ask is for you to set the admin user up. So we're going to log in with my password. And I said, it's very simple interface. I can merge this with another system. I'm not going to do that today, but you can bring multiple disparate systems together with the merge option. I can rename the server. It comes with a default name, so rename it to the applicable site so you can understand it. Licenses. That's where you input your simple license key, depending on how many cameras or the I/O or the video wall or the record license, etc. You can simply add the license key there. So we send you an electronic license key, you input it and click activate. We're going to activate the free license because I haven't used it on this system. So activate free license, and it allows me to have 4 cameras for 30 days, and it'll say it will run out there, and I can record them. So we're going to add a 4-channel DVR. So it's a nice simple test. And again, we've got 16. If you need to test a bigger system, we can give you a bigger license key for 30 days. Along the top, you've got information on the alerts, system, servers, storage location. So I've set up the hard drive, the 4TB hard drive, and the network interfaces. So it's a really simple interface. Monitoring, I haven't added any sort of, you can, if you had multiple systems, it'd be in there. If you had a merge system, it'd be all be in there. I haven't added any cameras, etc. So it's difficult to see that data, but it would be there in the normal. So we're going to go home, go to view, activated the cameras, under general. Again, you can connect to NX Cloud. If I logged in here, ask you to log in, that will log you into NX Cloud. So if you've got any devices added to NX Cloud, which is the cloud portal, it brings them into this system. I think I have got one added. Let's try. I can't remember if I added one previously. It'll try and log me in and pull anything in. I have got one added. So I have got a cloud. It's actually added. It's connected to NX Cloud now. I'm the owner. But it hasn't. Let's see if there's any cameras in it. No, I haven't had any cameras to it. Let's get out of that. Okay, I am connected to NX Cloud. I haven't added any. Oh, I did previously. I think I deleted it all because I've started from default. But again, system settings, really simple. Enable auto discovery, send anonymous usage, allow system to optimize camera settings, blah, blah, blah. Click save if you change it. Licenses we've done. Cameras, we're going to add some cameras to the system. Users, you can change the user, add users, etc. And then the servers, restart it, change the storage, re-index, etc. Really, really simple to do. So what we can do before we add some cameras, which we're going to do shortly, if I open up the NX Witness client and log in. So this is the client software, so I can connect to my local host. Click remember me. So I'm actually logged into the client software now. I put a background on there cheekily. Let's close that or minimize that for a second. I can connect to a server directly, so I can type in the server address and password, or I can log into NX Cloud through the client software. And again, if we had cameras added, it would give you access to that. I'm just showing you the process, really, of what it can do. I think that was the wrong password. Yeah, so there was one there. There actually was one. It's offline now. It's offline there, look. But there we go. We don't have any cameras added yet, but again, that's how you add in. So with that cloud, if it was online and any devices that were added, they would be under other systems and it would allow you to connect to them. Okay, so now we're going to add or move on to the add in devices part, which is the favorite part and the bit that we really wanted to highlight. So let me just clean the screen up a little bit for you guys. So yes, we know it's still going. You know where the server is, the server system icon tray. Now, through the NX Witness client itself, this is where you can add the devices. So I can open the client. In fact, it is already open, but let's close it down and do it from the start. It's connected to the cloud. Again, connect directly to the server. If you're not, we're going to connect to our local system here, which is this one. And it's connected into our local system. Now, I've installed a background. This is a default background. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But it's a very brief overview, like I said. And it is DVS, so a DVS background it is. So, this is the VMS interface, if you like. You can have dedicated web pages. I've already got a home page. And then you can rename that web page settings, etc. So you can go in there and type the page, like that's our home page. So what I can do is double click on that and it opens up a home page. And you can keep adding these. So you can have web pages within active live web pages within your VMS. I've got NX Witness again or support. So it's a very simple way to add web pages. Simply add web page, type your details in there, and it will add it under here for a selectable web page. Users, I've only got one user, but again, you can add your multiple users and see them within the system architecture tree on the left. Other systems, you've got that NUC that I added when I said connect to the cloud, which just shows me connected to the cloud here. If that NUC was online, it would be online and I would see the systems that we've pulled in through that server. Now to add cameras, I'm going to minimize these to make it clean. Local files, I've got nothing in the local files, but again, we'll come back to that. There is a specific function we can use that for. If I want to add cameras to this system, under server, I can right click and you can do these different things. So I can rename it, add device, add proxied web page, camera list by server, server logs, server diagnostics, server web page, and server settings. Now, if I go to server settings, you open up a separate tab, and this is quite handy because you've got the name of the server, and I can change that, the IP address, the port number, a failover server if you're using that. I can do the server web page, which is the one from the system icon tray at the bottom right hand corner. Storage management, again, it gives me, I can add and re-index from here. I don't have to go into the server web page. Storage analytics, and then backup. I'm going to close this down so we don't need to do anything with that. But if I right click, you'll see there was an add device. So I can click on monitor, and this gives me like a VMS screen, a screen within the VMS to show me the CPU, RAM, C and D drive, and I can tick or untick them to give them the performance. So you can see in real time how your system is performing. Really critical, especially if you're using it as a hardware recording device and you've got cameras added and you want to see the performance on the CPU, the RAM, and the controller, the LAN card, etc. You can do it there. Information, etc. We'll close that down. But right click, add device. This is where I can add my devices in. So it should be 10.4.234.20. Default port, username is admin, and it should be. Now I might have this password wrong. You can do a subnet scan and type in start and end and it'll go search at the address. But this is for known address. Let me just check because I might have that wrong. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, that's handy. It hasn't worked. Okay, apologies. I changed the IP address of the unit. There's a lot going on here with the TSE prep we're doing. So if you are at the security event next week in Birmingham at the NEC, please do stop by our stand and say hello. We have got a stand there. We've also got a bar in the evening, and you are all welcome to come, he says. Right click, add the device, type in the correct IP address. What you can do is if you're scanning a specific range and you want to find all of your devices, you can use subnet scan, start IP, end IP, username and password, and it will scan the network. I know what the IP address of this unit is, so we're going to click search. So it'll find the NVR and the associated cameras on that NVR, which it has done. So we're going to add these in. While it's doing that, if you are using Height Connect, especially on a Height Vision recorder, if you're using Height Connect as a mechanism, as a free app, it's fantastic. Do make sure under the Height Connect menu on the NVR, the stream encryption is turned off. By default, it turns it on, and sometimes it can go back on a firmware update. The stream encryption will allow you to add the recorder to this. You won't get any live view. So it's a nice handy tip for you. So close that down. Under the server web page, you've got the device added here. I can expand it and see all of the cameras. So I can double click and they will load like this. Very straightforward, super intuitive. Or I can do this. You've got like the different menus like motion detection, snapshot, etc., refresh. Okay, so if I drag that over there, it will populate the screen and I can collapse all of these sidebars so you get a nice view. You can go up like this and then bring them back. And if you want to, I don't like that event one, I can stay there. If you want to, you can save a view. So right click. So you've got resolution, auto, low or high. So it's on auto resolution. Cell aspect, you can change it depending on your screen layout. Cell spacing, I can put none and it groups them together. I prefer none rather than the standard spacing. I don't like that cell spacing. So it's more traditional. Save current layout as the cloud. So in that NX cloud, if you save it there, wherever you log in, that layout will also follow. So it's like transportable, cloud shared. So I'm going to save current layout as. I'm going to call it DVS HQ. I can't even spell that. Click save. So the layout's gone in there. What I also do then is go save current layout as that. Save again. Overwrite it. Sometimes I just like to do this. What should happen now is if I stop the layout, let's just say I close that layout down. If I double click on it again, it opens it back up. It's easier than stopping it. So I can double click on that layout and it opens it straight. So nice and easy, and you can expand it and see the cameras that are associated to that layout. So you've got the web pages, the layout, right click and you get more options. So fit in view, open files or folder, save current layout, save as cloud, the resolution. It's all there. It's really, really simple. Or start a tour. It's so intuitive. Honestly, it is so super intuitive. Your events, if you've got them set up, come on the side there. Now, I've only got 4 camera licenses and I've added 7 cameras. So what we're going to do is delete a couple of cameras. Delete, yeah. Because I won't be able to do the recording without it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 cameras. So I'm going to save the layout. Change the layout actually. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Make it more traditional. So save it again. So just so we get the layout there. So on that, right click there. Save current layout as the DVS one. So it'll overwrite it. Yeah, overwrite. If you click on a camera, you've got maximize, show on items, show start motion search. You've got to have it obviously recording, image enhancement, rotate the view, resolution, remove from layout, check camera issues, camera rules, and camera settings. So super simple, super intuitive. Okay, so and you can play around with these as much as you want. Double click, highlighting, it stands out, so it shows the one you're highlighting and the one you're obviously trying to see. Recording. If I want to do recording, camera settings, recording. I'm going to do recording. I'm going to do record always or motion only. Let's just do record always. Yeah. Apply. And then OK. These are now recording. You can see it starting to fill up quickly on that timeline there. So you can zoom out on that timeline or zoom in. But that's now recording. That's got a 4 terabyte hard drive. These are recording on the local NVR, you know, as you probably already know. But now they're recording on the system here. And you can see you can have it constant record. So if I go back to camera settings, you can have it record always, the quality, frame rate, motion, and then low res, do not record, objects or motion and objects, motion object recording, pre and post, keep archive for. So it's very adjustable. It's super simple and straightforward. Now, if you are going to record, you need a license per camera to record on here. You can have sort of encoder licenses. So if you've got an encoder license, it's 1 license and 4 channels of viewing and recording. But if you're recording in this format, where you're recording directly onto the server, it's a recording license per camera. Then they are cost effective. And then, like I said, you've got the expert stuff, which are not going to change. That's as simple as that. This video took a lot longer because I had to show you to it. But that is how simple this is. We are going to do like sort of motion searching, like go through the menu structure, etc. in more detail. This is a very broad overview. But what you can do now, you can go into the record and playback sections of this. Okay, so to do playback and export, you can do this quickly. Drag 1 camera into there. You can see along the bottom is the timeline. You've got your DVD style control, so your speed up, speed down, playback, reverse, and your actual time now. You've got calendar view, and you've got the thumbnail, so it puts thumbnails along there, so you can search by the thumbnail. Again, it's up to you. But if I want to go back to the time it started recording, so today, go back to then, it only even started recording at 15:54. So I can start here. Got your DVD style controls, and you've got your speed up. You can see it speeds it up, or you can let it go back to normal. Now, if you want to then export some video, so I could pause that because I know where the incident is. Then I can right click in the thing, mark selection start. So we're going to say it's at 55. And then go to here, mark selection end. And then export video. Export settings, add timestamp, add image, add text, add info, export it to wherever you want as MPEG-4, network optics file, executable file, and apply filters, etc., like dewarping, etc. Save it where you want. Let's do it as a MP4. Export that. Exported, done. And you can add more than one. You could add 4 cameras and do it in that way. So the timeline is a real easy way. It's very intuitive. It's very easy to get that section you want there. The only thing you have to be careful of is the where you've got marks starting and end, like I just did there. I double clicked it and it cleared it, so I had to just go over the top and then export it. But it is really simple to do. That's exported to the desktop and I can actually go and send that wherever I want. But I can do multiple cameras at the same time. When I finish, I want to go to live view, click live, and we're back to live. It's as simple as that. What we will do is some more videos on like fisheye dewarping, PTZ, some of these motion detection, some analytics, some integrations, etc. We'll do some stuff on there. Like you can see there, that's the motion one. There's no motion detected. Take a snapshot, save it. Notifications, refresh. What's it? Look at that. Woo! If you wanted to turn it, so you could, in essence, turn it that way. I don't know why you do that, but you can. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a very brief overview. It's a very powerful system, and one you can't break into one, or you've got to break it down into sections. You can't put it all into one watchable file. NX Witness, super powerful, super lightweight, really intuitive. If you want to know more, give us a shout. We're happy to give you a demonstration. Other than that, you get free licenses off us and give it a go yourself, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as we do. Take care. See you next week for another how-to video.